So not only does this chapter have some of the most original art we've seen in the story, but we also have hints that the wildcard flashback may come as soon as next week. What's going on, everybody? My name is Animasu, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at the recent Blue Lock chapter 255 leaks titled Still Burning. If you enjoy being updated and hearing about all things Blue Lock related, please consider supporting me by clicking that subscribe button, commenting below your thoughts, and even consider joining my community Discord down in the description. Also, my Patreon should be going up this weekend, allowing people exclusive access to my modded Minecraft server and sneak peeks, so be on the lookout for that. Without further ado, let's get right into the leaks, so please enjoy the video. We start off today's chapter with intro text saying, "The lions aiming for the goal are struggling with all their might in an extreme collision. Put everything on this moment." Picking right back up after Kunigami's clearance of Charles' pass, we first see the ball starting with Alexis Ness. Just barely controlling this loose ball, Ness looks worried in the air, as both Tokimitsu and Zantetsu are marking him on both sides. He ultimately makes the choice to pass off the ball to Grim, who as always, makes his one notable pass per game. Somebody needs to get this guy off the damn field already and put like Corona or Yukimiya in, because his literal only use right now is to keep Kaiser from truly becoming the Naked Emperor. Get this fraud off of the field. Anyways, Grim's pass is sent with outside spin as the defender just barely misses a block on it, allowing it to pass through the direction of Michael Kaiser. Unfortunately for Kaiser though, not only is he being marked by Kurisu, but Shidou and Kunigami have appeared from his right and are blocking the ball's path to him. I truly can't wait to post my official overview when the chapter releases, because Kaiser has the funniest look on his face in reaction to this insane duel. It also says here on this page, revenge matchup, further proving to us that Kunigami indeed holds a deep grudge for what Shidou once did to him. With the two clashing and going at it for this pass, Kunigami once again manages to clear the ball away from Shidou, ultimately resulting in Ryuchi gaining possession. With him leaping in the air towards the ball, Ryuchi smiles as he believes this to be his sexy chance for him. Never mind, Ryuchi ends up getting cooked again because just as he's about to gain full control over the ball, Charles comes flying in through the air, snatching away possession. Being a young menace per usual, Charles mocks Ryuchi by asking how his play is sexy at all. In his eyes, he's nothing but a sweaty duelist player who's built like a bulldozer. Damn. All fans of Ryuchi are still coping to this day, hoping to see his sexy style of defense, because although we almost got it versus the Ubers, Isagi ultimately had to come in and manipulate his defense to work against Snuffy. Anyways, as Hiyori begins to sprint in pursuit of Charles, he's thinking in his head how awful this situation is. Hiyori knows that he could have likely kept up with that play if he just followed Ryuchi's movements, meaning that if he doesn't read every detail of the field, then he won't be able to keep up with the young prodigy Charles' ability. With his creative ideas and ability to target the defensive gaps, there's just no way for Hiyori to adapt any quicker than he is, with us then getting a visual representation of Charles' aura, which literally looks like the Lich from Adventure Time. Hiyori compares Charles to a video game boss. Just like the ones in Elden Ring that haunt my nightmares, Hiyori must face and die to this boss many times before he can ultimately defeat him. He actually smiles in the face of this threat though, because this matchup can do nothing but improve his skill set and make this game even more enjoyable. Itoshi, Rin, and Charles both then finally arrive at Isagi's front, with Rin calling out for a pass from the trickster. Charles acts as if he's going to pass for a second, but ultimately decides to sprint to the right of the dueling aces. I mean, you did call him a trickster, you should have expected this, Rin. He literally decides to just keep dribbling up the field, because in his eyes, Itoshi Rin's path was too boring to create an explosion with. This catches both Rin himself and Isagi off guard, because he literally used the team's ace striker as a decoy for himself. This is a midfielder at 14 years old, already displaying an ego and skill similar to that of Itoshi Sai. I truly hope that this kid has another role in the future of the story, because seeing him once again in the U20 World Cup arc would go hard, and I'm sure he would improve drastically by then. Anyways, although Hiyori is still marking Charles and even calling him stupid, the prodigy just responds with a wicked grin, clarifying that he's actually too late. With him then making a pass in the direction of Shidou, Hiyori is shown with a shocked look on his face, as this is an insanely accurate cross to a difficult position. Isagi's thoughts too are shown here, with him openly admitting that Charles has complete control of the field right now. It literally feels like they're being toyed around with and trolled, because this kid is making such light work of them all. Luckily for Bastion Munich though, Kunigami is once again able to fulfill his role in locking down Shidou, as he once again clears away a threatening pass. Hiyori and Charles just have looks of confusion on their faces, as Isagi shouts out in excitement for this clearance, as we see Kunigami literally fall to the floor, putting his full body on the line to compete against Shidou. Isagi realizes that he's played far better since being paired against a demon on defense. He gives credit partially to his physique, however he knows the real factor is the personal feelings and thirst for revenge that Kuni harbors. Calling him an honest creature of emotion and his own righteousness, Isagi realizes the factor in this match for Kunigami's top performance. With him thinking back to when he thanked him for the assist in the second selection, He makes the assumption that Kunigami falls into the self-type ego and mentality category. This opens Isagi's eyes to the fact that Kunigami hasn't fully changed from that passionate person he used to be, as the hero is still alive. Kunigami Rensuke's righteous ego is still burning bright in this matchup. We then switch back over to Hiyori's inner thoughts, as he's now analyzing the field while accounting for Charles' reduced options. With Kunigami locking down Shidou or Ryusei, the balance of the field will now change, and whoever adapts first will likely see success. Shidou is then just seen to be frustrated and annoyed with this man marking, as Kunigami mocks him by asking if his gunpowder got damp. This especially cuts deep with Shidou because all he cares about is his astonishing explosion, which now seems even more impossible due to the Dark Horse. Out of nowhere though, Isagi then begins to sprint towards the dueling beast, literally yapping at his own teammate. He asks Kunigami to clarify which ego he's speaking with, because without his assist, he too would be nothing in Blue Lock or the new Egoist League. This obviously confuses Kunigami, who asks what the hell he's saying, which leads Isagi to ask him to help out with the explosion. It seems as if my prediction of Kunigami assisting Isagi might indeed come true, as he's basically asking the homie to repay his favor. With Isagi's eyes glowing in the pattern of what you see here, seemingly awakening his original ego even further, he jokes with Kunigami about them eating steak together again. With him sprinting past the matchup, he begins to unravel what the win condition is here. If PXG's most threatening attack is a chemical reaction between two players, then Bastard Munich just needs to add one more player to the mix, creating a tri-flow reaction of best performances. I also predicted this in my last theorizing video, which made me super happy. However, I'm still not 100% sure if Kunigami will assist here and then score later, or if he'll just end up scoring somehow. Let me know what outcome you guys are expecting down below, as I'm really curious to see how this chapter changes your perspective. All we're left with now is the outro text for today's chapter, which says, "A linked evolution will transform this field, create a new world, and challenge even beyond the best." The title for the upcoming chapter 256 is translated directly as "The Real Story Behind It." However, Hoshi on Twitter admits that he doesn't really understand what the kata means. By the way, if you guys don't know who Ryoga and Hoshi are, they're the people who share the leaks and translations on Twitter, so make sure to go follow them right now. With us just going off the literal translation here though, I'm really expecting to get a glimpse of the wildcard backstory within this upcoming chapter. If you guys agreed with me, go ahead and drop a comment down below, or maybe you have a better idea on what should come next. As this is the end of today's video, I just would like to thank you all so much for tuning into the channel. If you'd like to support me for absolutely free, please consider subscribing to the channel, commenting below your thoughts, and also check out my community Discord down below. Like I said, the Patreon should be going up this weekend, which will give you guys sneak peeks to future videos, exclusive access to my modded Minecraft server, and possibly more perks in the future. If you guys have any thoughts on what I should add to the Patreon or perks you'd like to see, also please share with me those down in the comments, because I've had a hard time thinking about this. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next video, where we'll most likely be theorizing about what comes next in the Blue Lock story.